Good day and welcome to episode 4 of Slovenly on the Spot with me, Abdula Skink. Today's guest is a dear friend and brother of mine who goes by the name of Thulasizwe Struf Nkosi. And Thula is a rock and roller, hardcore skater through and through. He's been doing it his whole life and we've known each other for about 10 years almost now. And it's been such a pleasure getting to know him and getting to be in a band with him. And it's incredible to see the kind of stuff he's done and the kind of life he's lived, you know. And it's really important that I think on Slovenly on the Spot we give highlights on different areas of culture in different places. And who's better to tell us about the South African skate and punk scene in South Africa than Thula. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to Slovenly on the Spot, Mr. Struf. Thank you for taking the time to have this chat with me. And it's essentially going to be something really chill and easy, you know. Like, I know most of your life story, but I don't think the listeners do. So I'm going to just ask you what your name is and where are you calling us from right now?
Yeah, I'm Thulasizwe Nkosi and I'm in Pretoria right now.
Sick. What do you do?
At the minute,
Hey?
saying, I'm in Pretoria right now, calling you straight from the base.
Oh, the base. Why at the base?
Because I work here. I've been working in the army since I was, 17?
Really?
No, 18. 19, yeah.
That's really
So I was
cool.
19, then I quit. Now I'm in reserve force, taking pictures, running a magazine. Yeah,
Sweet.
basically.
What got you into the military? Like, what made you want to take that route? You know, it's not the typical route for someone who's been doing punk for this long. You know, people get surprised
Yeah,
whenever they hear that.
Yeah, my mom was in the military and so was my auntie, and also, both my aunties were in the military, so I needed to get a guitar, man. And I was like, you know what? Let me just get a job so I could buy a guitar. So I tried a normal job, retail, insurance, all this stuff. All that was pretty lame and boring, and the money wasn't happening. Then I joined the military. 3 months down the line, bought myself a guitar. I could finally afford one, and it was good. Till then, when I was working in retail and stuff, the only thing I could only afford was a guitar. A skateboard.
Oh, so the guitar came before the skateboard.
No, the skateboard came before the guitar. So what I said was, as soon as I can afford a guitar, I'm going to stop skating. So skating was just like a pastime until I could get a guitar.
Oh, nice. When did you start skating? How old were you?
I was my late teens. I don't know, probably 16. I'm not sure.
And who were you skating with at that time? Because I know... How old were you when you were 16?
How old I was when I was 16? I was 16.
What year was it when you were 16?
What did you say?
What year was it?
Ages ago, dude. Probably 2003. I'm not sure. Yeah, 2003 probably.
And you're from Soweto, obviously, right? I know that as well.
Yeah, I'm from Soweto. When I started skating, nobody was skating.
Yes.
There was only like maybe 8 other dudes that were skating in Soweto.
Yeah.
We all pretty much knew each other.
And where would you frequent? Like, where in Soweto would you guys be skating? Because was it just the street, or was it like a kind of park that was there? Because I know from the videos like that I've seen in the past, before I even like knew you properly, I remember there was like obviously the stuff in the suburbs, like the boogaloos and all the stuff. And then, but what was happening in Soweto? Did you have any parks there in 2003? Or was it mainly street
style? Yeah, the skate park in Pimville. That thing was built for the X Games, or for big BMX people. I don't know. It was just a small park with big ramps. It made it really, really hard to skate. It was pretty steep.
But I'm
Very
sure
hard to skate. Quarter pipes everywhere.
I'm sure that made you really good though. Like if you're having such big obstacles in comparison to like the smaller stuff, you know, because if you go big, once you start big, you know, you'll only know how to do the big things, and I'm sure that really like made you guys stronger as skaters, and I'm sure it also really influenced the people around you to do big things and jump big ramps, and you know what I mean.
Not even. We're just a small community of skaters. So, what I can say about the park, it made skateboarding fun because you could meet other skaters, you know, people who had similar interests to you, and you could just skate, you know. Everybody had a different style. Everybody had their own like tricks that they could do on a skateboard. So the nice thing was that you could just go and chill with other people who were your peers, and you could just see people do other tricks that you couldn't do yourself, and it was dope. It was dope. And then we take it to the street at times, which was really great. The magic started happening when we started filming ourselves skate, and then you could see which level you were at as a skater, how you actually looked on a skateboard, and from there we just started to progress and get better and better as skaters and find ourselves. Yeah, it was just an adventure, man. It was a good way to experience the late teens and the early 20s.
Yeah, I got my start in skating like at like the Boogaloo's Park, you know, the one at Bright Waters. I was never really good because the boards we would get were like from Macro, you know, and it would still have those plastic trucks. And you know, what are they called? No Fears. We just used to skate the No Fears all the time. And at the Boogaloo's Park, bruh, there were so many like older, intimidating kids, and they were a bit of bullies, you know. But it's so funny because now, like, I see those guys like at the shows or at the bars or whatever, you know. Or some of them have just gotten a lot older and they've like left that scene. But I've always seen like it's the same circles essentially that we all hang out in, you know, till this day. But where would you get the gear, you know? Because I was like, I grew up on the north side of Joburg, so I always had access to that because of like there were stores, you know, and it was easy to get boards. But like, where would you get your boards in like the early 2000s in the hood, or would you like order them online? How would you get them?
Yeah, there was skate shop everywhere over Johannesburg. Definitely not in the hood.
Yeah.
But there were skate shops everywhere. With Boogaloo's and Evolution, Sidewalk Surfer, and a bunch of other more outlets that actually had access to skateboarding equipment. And you could actually buy Thrasher from the shops, buy Transworld from the shop, and a whole lot of other skate publications. Yeah, I think back then in the early 2000s it was cool because the alternative culture wasn't at zero.
Yeah.
You know, talking about commercially. So you go to a shop and damn near buy a snowboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was part. Now, dude, I don't know. It's like nobody wants to sell cool stuff anymore.
Yeah, but man, it's dying, dude. It's a shame.
Yeah, I guess people are not trying to start businesses. Everybody's starting to.
But I also think that the era at the time kind of had a lot to contribute. You know, like the early 2000s, like in the pop culture realm, they called it the attitude era. You know, it was like the fuck you era, and I think, and even like Y2K culture as well. It was very much rooted in like, I'm gonna do what I want, you know. And I think like now, the reason why alternative culture is booming up again is because people want that nostalgia factor again, you know.
Yeah, it, it's harder to get magazines now than it was back then. It's harder now to get like actual CDs or vinyls than it was back then.
Yeah.
You know, like tangible stuff is harder to go to a shop and get it. You have to go to the internet and order things overseas. But back then, all you had to do was take a taxi. Then you could get all the skate magazines you could think of. You can get all the CDs of some of the most hardcore bands that you can ever think of. And they'd be there, you know. You'd go to a music shop. Like, it's hard to find a music shop.
Yeah.
Make sure you buy music. It's hard, bro. Yeah. So back then, we had a lot of like special shops. You could go to a bike shop. You could go an actual skate shop, not a lifestyle hangout, but an actual skate shop, you know? And surf shops. Like, there was passion put into these lifestyles, and you could easily pursue whoever you wanted to be, and you'd get publications for it, you'd get equipment for it, you'd know how much you need to save up to actually go to a music store or an instrument shop, you know, and you could see all these guitars and you could choose which guitar you actually want and nerd out on product, you know.
Yeah.
Even for musicians these days, they don't even have a favorite music store where they don't even have a shop where they can buy instruments.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everybody is now forced to because it's the only place where they can go buy, you know?
And what do you think is the significance of that? Like why is that so much more important than like instead of the internet where you can just see everything?
You see now with the internet, it's on a need to know basis. You know? But back then, even if you didn't know, you'd be just going like taking a walk through the mall.
Yeah.
And you'd find out what skateboarding was without anybody influencing your life. Like without an immediate person in your life knowing about skateboarding. You understand?
Yeah.
You could just walk into a rock and roll magazine without anybody in your life having a say on rock and roll. Now, you have to look up something because you know about it. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
So there was...
The magic of it is kind of lost, of finding it on your own.
Yeah, it was an adventure because you could just be walking in the mall and then know what skateboarding is because you saw a magazine about skateboarding.
Yeah.
And
that's funny for me, like the way I found things out. The way I kind of found things out growing up was through games, you know?
The purity of living at the time when, like, I was, like, kind of, like, younger or in my late teens or early 20s. It sounds like a whole romanticism of a certain time of, like, a person that's not really trying to move on. But it isn't. What I'm trying to say is, like, you see this phone call that we're having now? It was a different story when it was that time, you know? Like, I'd have to call you, and the line was always clean and clear, you know? And there would be a certain time in which, like, we would have to meet. Like, I'll tell you, 7 o'clock, I'm going to call your house, dude, right? And you're like, okay, I'll be at home at 7 o'clock, then you can call me. Then when I do call you, you find that maybe it's your parents who answer the phone first, and then call you up to actually come and answer the phone. And however you'd be answering, you'd be lucky to be able to speak to me without them eavesdropping to see if the conversation you're having is safe.
Yeah.
You know? But then that whole purity as well, not entirely pure, but the whole purity of it was that we always knew what time to get to the skate park. You know, we always knew what time it was going to be band practice. We always showed up on time for the show because we didn't have cell phones and such, or constant internet, where we could just say, we're running late, such stuff. Oh, sorry, I can't make it to the session. Like, you'd find all the homies there waiting to skate. You'd find the homies waiting for you to jam, and somebody would have a magazine with them, and that would be so dope to see, bro.
Yeah, it's special.
Whole magazine, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you see these bands in a magazine, you want to listen to each and every band, and you read each and every article to kind of find out who these people are, what they think, their outlook, how they see things, the latest music that they have out, and what they've got going. And this, just one magazine could change how you see things. Just one issue of a rock and roll magazine or of a skate magazine could completely change how you see things, like purely.
I imagine that's how you got that's what's that kind of piqued your interest in music, like through the magazine and like through the magazines and meeting up with people and seeing it like with your hands and your eyes, because that also changes how you view things a lot, like actually getting to see what this world is like and what these people are thinking.
Yeah, because you could just have your own window, your own little portal where you could just feel, think, and be rock and roll the whole day, because you've got now this magazine that comes with a CD, and you're listening to all this music on repeat as you read through these articles and you find out what type of band this is, or you're watching this VCD of these skaters do their whole thing, but at the same time, you're reading about their personality, their routine, how they, like the type of people they are and all that. And that kind of makes you, like, it absorbs you, dude, It absorbs you in such a way that you become, like, truly into this thing. So right now, you'd find that, say, people are streaming music now. They're no longer buying CDs, right?
Yes.
So this means that you might have heard about 20 albums, like, to be fair. How many albums do you think that you've actually listened to from beginning until the end this year?
Yo, not enough, dude. Maybe like 6, 5. Not a lot.
Maybe 5 from beginning to the end, right?
Yeah, because the intention is just, it's not just to listen to an artist, it's just to listen to music, because I'm not buying it. It's just like, it's music, it's there anyway, and it'll always be there. So I guess it's not as special as buying a CD and say, this is my album that I'm going to listen to. That's how it was when I grew up as well. My pops would buy albums and we'd listen to them wherever we went when we drive, and those are the albums that have always held a special place in my heart, So I completely understand.
Sure.
I completely understand.
I mean, if you find that the album from beginning until the end, because you've played it so many times.
Because it'll be the only album you have, you have to buy another one.
Yeah. Or if you do have kind of a collection, seeing that you're in your teens or early 20s, you don't have so much music, dude. So you probably have about maybe 20 albums if you're doing well for yourself.
Yeah.
You've got a good collection. You've got 20 albums. It means you've been saving up, dude. You've been saved up good.
Yeah.
And this was talking about the time before we actually started to copy CDs,
burning the CDs. Yes.
Yeah, before we started burning and pirating.
Yeah.
So when you actually had those albums, it meant that you would listen to the body of work like completely over and over again,
Yeah.
And you could then decide that you liked this thing and it was dope and that you dug it,
Yeah.
And then as soon as we got to the magazines, now they've got these reviews where they tell you what to think. Like, this album is shit.
Yeah.
We give this a 5. Now we give this a 4. And you're like, man, that's my favorite album, man. They give it a 4. Goddamn. That's when the magazines now are telling you what is good and what is not good. For the most part, they were close, but I think music is a kind of thing where you should gauge it for yourself. You know
yeah,
what
of
I
course, it's art, so it's therefore it's subjective, you know.
Yeah. So at least the pureness of that time was that you could buy a CD, you saved up for it, and you were going to listen to it as many times as it was possible. Especially when there was Walkmans and stuff. Yeah. You could just have this CD player and just bust your CDs into that thing and just listen to that album over and over again. You know exactly what's going to happen, but you keep on listening to that CD because it makes your days happen, you know? Yeah. So now I feel like, of course, there's a lot of artists out there doing their thing, right? Which is awesome. But this, like, the purity of knowing that there's this album that you can always go back to, it's pretty rare for, like, to have this new album from nowadays, and then you're just busting it out of the purity of it all. It's pretty rare. It's nice to find an artist that you can find and you're like, whoa, I've been listening to these people's album for so long. And it's so good. And I keep on going back. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yeah. And sick, man. It's pretty rare to find such bands, but it's nice when you do find one like that.
What was the first band you really found, or like the first artist that you found yourself that you completely just were obsessed with? I know we all have our own, but I'd like to know yours.
Yo, dude, I had a pretty shitty start when it comes to okay, there was bands that I got obsessed with once I knew what punk was. Yeah. Once I knew where to go, what to find out, you know. And I listened to a lot of Bad Brains, listened to a lot of Black Flag.
So they were in the magazines that you were reading?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's cool.
They were because, my magazines could take it to the past, you know, and show you which stuff that you need to get into. Okay. You know, that's when I finally found my punk rock. And I was, I don't know if I wanna. Okay, so I have all this time to wind down when I'm not actually working. You know, so I go to these sites where I can download all this history, bro. So I'm printing out Wikipedia pages, basically.
Of what?
You know, of punk rock history, dude.
Oh, I see. I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm printing out punk history, punk books, all that stuff. Because I can't be like watching documentaries at work, right?
Yeah.
But what I can do is print out some stuff.
And pretend and read, and like you're reading these papers and they think you're working, but you're just getting the knowledge out.
And the other good thing was that the library in my hood was also a jam because we had access to all these rock and roll books, rock and roll publications.
Okay. Yeah. And were you like exploring these things like the rock and roll life, like these bands, were you exploring them on your own, or did you have like a crew, like who, because when you discover things like this, you know, you always want to show someone like, yo man, do you know what this is? So who were the people you were around with?
In high school, my two homies were Tank, who is still my homie now. He still comes to the show, you know. Yeah, he's my rock and roll friend since high school, bro. Since we were teenagers until now, bro. I've known Tank for more than 20 years, bro. We've been homies, you know. Yeah, so his brother was into rock and roll.
Okay.
So at the time, 5FM was the go-to if you really want to get lucky and hear some hard rock. You know, yeah. This was just before UJFM was established. As soon as UJFM came into the scene, we were like, Raj, now we're going to listen to some hard, like, music. Like, for a long time. It's just hard music.
Was it mostly metal or was it like also
It's
diverse?
everything. Punk, metal, new metal, grunge. They just play hardcore stuff the whole day. There was only one hip hop show on UJFM, dude. And it was on a Saturday.
Interesting.
But the rest of the time, they'd play you some rock and roll all day.
Yeah.
And they were also down for some requests and such, you know?
Amazing.
And 5 FM, you know that past 10, you could find some nice rock and roll. And on Sundays with Barney Simons, you could always get the stuff that they won't play on the radio for you, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tank had a bigger brother. His bigger brother, he was also into rock and roll. Mm-hmm. He had a job.
Mm-hmm.
So he could afford to buy CDs.
I see.
Yeah. He was also, he had a lucky streak because he'd win those competitions on the radio.
Oh, no ways, bro. I've never met anyone who's made a radio competition. I always feel like those things are scams, bro. Have you won a radio competition before? Have you won a radio competition before?
Nah, dude. I was always, what do you call it? Shy. I was too shy to call the radio.
Oh, shame. You're not shy anymore, bro. How did you get out of that shyness? Because you met me when I was like 19, and I was super timid and shy. Like, what got you out of your shell to become like who you are? It's tough.
What got you out of your shyness, Abdullah?
What got me out of my shell?
Your shyness.
Oh, dude, it was the rock and roll. It was the rock. It was the punk, and also like the skateboarding. You know, that kind of stuff really builds up your confidence. You know, and it's important to have those kinds of things around you, which is why I always say that like punk saved my life. You know, it made me realize I want to live my life rather. You know, and I think it's super special, and I wish everyone could find something that could just give them that power, because I think we all have it within us. Tell me about the beginning of because I know you're one of the founding members of SSS, but I know we still have a lot of time before we get there.
Yeah, to this day, nobody believes that I'm shy, which is crazy, bro. You are shy. I'm like, yes, motherfucker. But nobody buys it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still shy, bro. I'm maybe just confident in the things that I do.
Yes.
You know? Because I've been doing them for a while now. Yeah, I do a confident only, dude. I play a confident song, you know? I write some confident lyrics, but come 1-on-1, I am not too confident about meeting strangers and talking to people and starting conversations and such and such.
Yes.
Not really. And I'm not confident about standing in front and starting to address your crowd and none of that. But if you put me on stage, I'm definitely free. You know, I'm in my element. That's what I do. It's rock and roll, dude. I feel more free on stage than I do at work.
Yeah.
Or at a bar. Or, you know, the closest thing I could be like to being at home is when I'm on stage. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's when I can completely be myself. I can move how I want to move, talk how I want to talk, just be myself completely.
Yeah.
So if that means I'm not shy anymore, then I guess I'm not.
Okay.
But everything else, there's so many rules, right? It's hard to actually be fully yourself, you know?
Yes.
And there's other people involved as well. So most of the time you're trying to watch what you say, how you do it, because of the world that we're living in now, you know?
Of course, yeah. You can't really always say the thing you actually want to, you know?
You can't just say things how you say them, how you feel. It's really controlled right now. So, but yeah, to be on stage is like proper because you can just fully be yourself.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing, man.
Sweet, man. So I remember like I used to watch before when I moved to the hood, you know, we met through this guy named Mdu. And like we didn't know each other too well, but he would always show me like your videos, like the old SSS videos, you know, the ones on Facebook, all that stuff, you know. And how old were you when that started? Was this like was it in your early 20s, or was it like when you were 18, 19? And I'd also just like to know how all of that started and, like, you know, what it became, because it was such an influential thing for the South African skate scene, like in the whole country, you know, like it was such a, you guys were gnarly, bruh. I'm just interested to know how that all started.
It was in our early 20s, most definitely. Mid-20s, early 20s. There's something about me, let me think. And the homies at the time. I don't know, man. We kind of like, we were challenging each other so much, right? Mm-hmm. And we just wanted to become what we saw in those skate videos, man. So when we started meeting the real international skaters, started hanging with the people from Baker Skateboards, started meeting the people from Thresher Magazine, met Phelps, met Stevie, all those guys, dude, like Van Taylor, and that kind of changed our outlook, dude, you know?
Yes.
And by then, we'd even gotten our own skate house, so we had a ramp outside, and we just host shows that we usually did, you know? We had a skate park that we built in Dubai. It got shut down. I made that park there with the homies and others.
Yes.
I don't know what I did with that. I don't know what's going on with it now.
But you did it. It was there, and it's such a cool place for kids, man. Like, there's the Mulemos that are skating there, the Amus, you know, like, and some really cool skaters. And like, it was a place for me as well, dude. Like Others was a cool place for me because when I first moved to the hood, there weren't like any, I didn't know who to hang out with, you know, and like, there weren't a lot of people who were kind of into the same stuff as me. But there was that place, you know, and it's because of that legacy that you guys had, you know, and it's still, you might not still be involved in it now, but like there's still so much power that place holds for people who don't know what to do in the afternoon, or who like are feeling lonely and need something to do, you know. It's a really special place, and it was a really special thing you guys did, you know, as SSS, you know.
Yeah, so what I kind of see in that is this, dude. What we were given by TV and radio was not what we were into. You know what I mean? We didn't want to get girls, dude. We were not really chasing girls. We didn't want BMWs. We didn't like house music. We didn't want to dance like that. You know what I mean? We didn't want to be Kwaito stars. We didn't want to be soccer players. We didn't like watching soccer, bro. It bored us, dog. We found it boring. Like, whenever people would just have to wear tights and go into the sports field, it would be just like devastating for us to watch. We couldn't, you know. When people had to be chasing balls on the field, we found it very boring, bruh. And so easy, you know. We wanted something like challenging, something that wasn't even like a sports. You could just be hanging out, but you're doing the scariest thing you've ever done, and you're going on adventures, maybe going to skate a ditch somewhere far, or to find the skate park somewhere far away too, or go to the city, or go to some suburb. Basically, skateboarding helped us to explore our geography. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You started knowing what the suburbs were like. You started knowing what your hood was like. Not just being at the house, using the internet and going to the shops when you need some supplies, going back to your house, going to school. Now, this meant that we'd go to all these places that we were not really entirely allowed to go. Find the school where you can find a skate spot. Find this hood where there's a set of stairs. Find this other place where there's a rail So you basically grew up way different than most of your peers. And I feel like skateboarding is a youthful thing, right?
Yeah.
But we grew up way more faster.
But don't you think that's a bit dangerous though as well? Because like I know with skateboarding there's a lot of like drinking culture as well, you know, and like stoner culture and smoking cigarettes and all this kind of stuff, you know, like growing up going to the parks at like and going to see, and because everyone was older than me, you know, and everyone was also drinking and also smoking, and it's cool and fun because they can do it at that age, you know. It was fine. It was they were allowed to, but like being a kid, that also kind of blurs the lines between what fun, like having fun skateboarding and also just like it, you know what I mean? Like the lines just get blurred a lot when drinking culture and skateboarding and stuff go hand in hand, you know. And it's damaging, bruh. Like I know you're sober right now, and congratulations and everything, you know. But like, tell me like the relationship you had with like skateboarding and alcohol and that kind of thing, you know, because I know you, and it's a common thread with a lot of pros, you know, like what's his name, Bam Margera, for example, you know. So I just like to find out what was it like for you growing up and getting exposed to those kinds of things through skateboarding, you know? Because it's part of the reason why my mom is also scared to let Rory go out and skate, because she sees the guys at the park smoking weed, you know, and she's like, these guys are stoned all the time, you know?
Yeah, if you don't find it at the park, you'll definitely find it elsewhere. Much more easier.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
At least with skateboarding, at least you're doing something physical, like skating and working on your craft. Not just sitting down all day, drinking all day, smoking all day, without any physical, mental, like, action happening at all. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I was so keen on the skate park and others, because I could see that, you know what, dude, the kids have nothing to become. They don't have nobody to actually look up to. And because how I feel is there's the archetype, right, dude? If I show you these archetypes in the hood, and I show you a gangster, right?
Yeah.
I show you a ladies' man. I show you a pimp. I show you a tycoon.
Yeah.
I show you Uncle Tom. You know what I mean? And then I show you a 9-to-5er. Then I show you a sportsman, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to grow up looking at the world as, because no matter what, like, young people always look up to older people. So you're going to grow up thinking that when I grow up, I'll either be a soccer player or I'll hijack cars, you know? Or I'll just work retail here at ShopRite Checkers. Or I'm just going to be a gardener or a security guard. Like, whatever you're seeing is what you think is possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't know better. And you think the stuff that you see on the screen is just reserved for the people on the screen, you know? And there's the screen, but then there's also the magazines and all that other stuff that you're not so, like, there's worlds and worlds and worlds that you're not aware of. You know? So you're just going to look into your world and you will try to adapt to it and become whatever you see there, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of people had their fate, like their fates were changed when they realized that there was something like skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, and when they found out that there was punk rock. So people that I used to know who really had no purpose at all or hadn't found who they were, now kind of had a direction. They were like, oh, I'm going to be a photographer. I'm gonna be a graphic artist. Okay, I'm gonna be a bartender, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People realize that they can be musicians, they can be singers, writers, event organizers.
Yeah. That's true, man. That's the true. I'm a product of all of that, you know. And it all started with skateboarding, bro. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So, like, a whole world opens up to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alcohol will always be there, and cigarettes and all this stuff. It's always going to be there. But then there are things out there that have never always been there. But once you find those things, it's much more easier to navigate life. You're not just a drunkard at a tavern drinking his life away now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And my sobriety thing, I did that for myself. You know what I mean? But it turns out that a lot of people are just calling me or coming up to me or just casually talking, you know, telling me how I've inspired them. How they're now over, how they're taking way less drink, how they've quit this and that, how they're changing for the better and all this stuff. So, yeah, humanity has this kind of thing where I wouldn't, like, belonging, a sense of belonging or fitting in or being part of something kind of a thing, you know? So once you realize that there are avenues for you that are actually open, that's when you're not so shy to try something new.
Yeah.
Or try something different. Because now you realize, oh, I don't have to run around all day and play soccer. I can skate.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I was looking for. Okay, I can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's so beautiful. I love how especially the thing about how people have been inspired by you. You know, I was also someone who was inspired by you, Struf. You know, like especially especially with like the rock and roll stuff. You know, when you were still in TCIYF. For those who don't know, TCIYF was like one of the start like pioneers of punk rock in South Africa and Soweto, you know, and Thula is a former guitarist for that band. Tell us about that band, man, like how everything kind of started and where it went, you know, and how it changed your life. Because it definitely changed mine. How it changed like your perspective on things and how it changed your life, because it definitely changed mine and a lot of other people who are always alternative and into skateboarding and rock and roll, but you guys really like made a way for us to explore that side of ourselves.
Yeah, awesome stuff, man. Thank you. So time is passing now. I'm back in the hood. I'm done with all my basic training and all that stuff. Can finally skate and play my music. You know, I'm back at it again. So comes a time when I want to rock and roll. I want to rock and roll, dude. And people do not know shit about rock and roll. It's so boring, bro. It's so boring. And then I kind of did something with some homies of mine. Ayanda is a guy from Brother Move On. That time he was in the feds playing the trombone, you know. One of my good friends, Bopa, was still a rapper for Deep Soweto at the time.
Yeah.
You know, he was rapping. P-Flow was a rapper.
He is, yeah. He's still a rapper.
We had this shop called Street Hawker. And Moose was part owner with KG, not this young KG, but the older KG. And a bunch of other homies. This was this alternative shop that we could just go to, listen to rappers, people rap, DJs, all this stuff. So I had bought this equipment. I bought a drum kit because I kept a promise that I had made, that we had made a pledge between me and Tank, my high school friend. The one I spent all of our savings money every year to buy magazines and CDs and skateboards.
Yeah.
We made a promise, dude, when we grow up, we're going to start a metal band. and we're gonna call ourselves Butcher Knives. We're gonna be the heaviest shit to ever come out of this country. Okay, dude. It was now time to make Butcher Knives.
Yeah.
So I get to Tank's house. I tell Tank, as unbelievable as it may seem, I just bought myself a guitar. And you know what? I bought you a drum kit as well.
Yeah.
Here it is, man. Take this drum kit. I'm taking my guitar. See you after 6 months. After 6 months, we're going to do this Butcher Knives shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 6 months down the line, I come back to Tank's house. Tank is still piled up the drum kits on the corner.
Ish.
He never assembled it.
Ish.
I'm talking to the mom. I'm like, is it getting good? The mom is like, oh, that guy never even played this. I'm like, God damn. I was so pissed, man. I was so pissed. I was so pissed, man. I took the kid, took everything home, man. Took everything home. I was just over it. I was pissed, but I had a drum kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the time, I met a friend called Siyabonga. Siyabonga, he was into the magazines as well. He was a CD collector. He was a straight arrow.
Yeah.
You know, he was a straight arrow. His father was a lawyer. And he was a student at the time, I think, for sound engineering or whatever. We'd always play punk. We started a band called Shurikens in the Fire. Just him on guitar, me on guitar. And we just sing our butts off and make some drum loops at the back, make some bass loops at the back, you know, and just make as much punk rock as we could possibly make. And then time moved on, and Siyabonga wasn't into rock and roll anymore. So, yeah, that ended. Then before time that I met those guys that I told you about, who used to be rappers and such, we started Spell of Laughter. It was like a hybrid of all these genres, but I was leading the songwriting with those rock and roll riffs. And then we had a little bit of a run. Egos got inflated very soon, and then the band died.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. So then when I was joining Siyabonga, I kind of recruited Talks, who was the bassist for TCRF. Yeah. He kind of knew what black metal was, but he had never played an instrument.
Yes.
Like, dude, this is a bass guitar. You're going to play in our band. Here are the notes, here are the chords. This is how the music goes. This is punk. These are the magazines. These are the CDs. This is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that was that. Yeah. And then later on, after we met the other skaters, Pule, Chaba, everyone else, we started TCRF. And we were later joined by jazz and drums.
Yeah.
So we became this band that just played some good punk rock. Pule wasn't aware of what punk rock was. Jazz wasn't aware of what punk rock was. And nobody that I knew what punk rock was until I told them what punk rock was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they got into it, and it became our thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So Wolfa is now like a grand drummer, dude, because
Yeah,
he
he's
used to be
great.
a rapper, but now there was this kid that Tank never played, and he started playing that kid, and we were Spell of Laughter, you know?
Yes. Also, Popa was in Spell of Laughter.
Yeah, he was the drummer.
Oh.
He was the rapper. Then he found the drums, and he became a drummer. And he's since been a drummer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And same goes for that guy, Aya from Brother Move On. He was a trombonist. I was like, dude, take this bass. You want to play the bass? We're a band, blah, blah, blah. And he became a bassist, you know?
Yeah.
Talks became a bassist like that. A lot of people that I've actually met, they became like Musa. When I met Musa, he was a mischief boy there at the park. Caused all sorts of trouble. And then we're like, dude, this is a skateboard. We skate this thing. And he became a skater. Then he found me playing guitar. I was like, dude, this is a guitar. We rock and roll this stuff. He's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
Then he also rock and roll and grew up to be this guy he is now. This awesome guitarist from Shameless. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
So it was all these people that you come across and you realize that nobody knows what it is that you're into. But once they find it, they make it their own, and they kind of find their own voice, you know?
Yeah.
And in all eventuality, what we did became some kind of a movement.
It still is a movement now, you know, like you see it happening with like the Aura Electric guys and, you know, even Sons of Solomon and all these dudes who were, and it's all black kids, you know, who are really inspired to do this thing, you know.
Now even the ladies are doing it, like Topia,
yeah.
1 second, Jaji,
and it's so special, you know, especially because it's people of color who have kind of said, I'm here and I'm gonna do it, and if you don't like it, you can go away, you know. It was that attitude that you guys had when you first came in, you know, and it was special, dude. It was super special. And I think without that, also 21 wouldn't have started. You know, I wouldn't have been so inspired to do shows and find the motivation and the passion to really take this thing far, you know, because I believed in it, and seeing you guys also made me believe in whatever it is it was, you know.
Like never in my wildest dreams. Okay, I've had the wild dreams, and I did have big dreams of myself. So my brother told me the other day that I told him about this dream when I was 16, that I have a dream that's a recurring dream, that I'll be this great guitarist playing rock and roll music all over the world, you know? And I see myself just wearing a black shirt, I think, and black pants, playing guitar, and then maybe this huge, diverse crowd, like a big crowd, you know. And I've always had this recurring dream, at least when I was a kid, you know. And now to actually realize that there's parts of the world that I've been to because of rock and roll, that's very amazing. And that there's gonna be more and more of that, you know. I feel like for some of us, this thing is like kind of a calling, like it's something that I must do. Because when I don't rock and roll, I go mad, dude.
Yeah, you feel sick, your stomach turns.
Yeah, I went to the loony bin, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I had some deep addiction, bro, where I wasn't even sure who I was, you know? Yeah, so it was times when I slowly, after just dealing with some of my pain, I slowly realized that, you know what, man? As much as I'm hating rock and roll because rock and roll hasn't been so kind to me, it seems like I feel better when I listen to it. You know, this was more especially crazy after I got fired from TCRF, you know. And I thought about bands that I started and how they just ended so badly. And now this one, that was the most successful. To have it like taken away from me, man, that really hurts, you know?
Yeah.
That really hurts. And it was around the same time that my mama had passed. Yeah, like there was a lot of stuff to deal with, man. A lot of stuff to deal with.
I'm sure.
Broken relationships everywhere. So I was kind of angry at skateboarding and angry at rock and roll. So I thought, you know what? I'm over this.
Yeah.
Because the people I do this with are no longer my homies. I quit. Yeah. That's when life took a very, very dark turn. You know what I mean? Yeah, most of myself was just like not there. I was kind of like riding the shell, dude. But through a bunch of very, very, very loyal friends, you know, not the type of friends that you see every day, but those that show up when you're really, really down and out, you know? Because they pretty much have their own lives, but then they show up when you really, really, really needed someone to come and make you feel normal. Yeah, then some people showed up and treated me like I was a human being who deserved to be alive. And like the music kept me alive, dude. Like the more of the music I heard, the more I went and downloaded some music and played these punk rock albums and all that. A sense of me, like there was hope. I was like, you know what? I could save up for a guitar amp, dude. You know, I can try to find a way to get a guitar cable. I can still rock and roll, you know. And then you were pretty persistent as well, just like, we need to start around that, man. Come on, man, let's start around.
We had to do it, bro. We had to do it, man. The world needed it, bro. The world needed it. I know I needed it, you know.
For sure, we all did. And yeah, by the time I went to the loony bin for the second time,
what was that like, dude?
Say again?
What was that like going through that? If you don't mind.
Dude, I thought it was like, they're just taking me away from home because they don't have nowhere to take me because, you know, I've proved some people wrong and now they're pissed. They call the ambulance. I'm like, whoa, they call the cops like 3 times. I'm like, what? The cops had no case for me. I'm like, nah, this man didn't do nothing wrong, dude. He's just ring cleaning.
Yeah.
And the last call they made, they called the ambulance. I was so pissed off by it. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of fighting with my own family. This is nonsense. Put me in this car. I want to see where this goes, you know? I want to see where this is going. So we get to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
And you're there for 3 nights. And you're kind of not sure why you're there. And the patients that are also there, this other homie is suffering from, he can't breathe properly. Everybody has their own thing while they're there, but we don't actually quite match. So 4 days down the line, some lady comes to me and says, Thula, I know you. I'm like, what? You know me? Like, yeah, you live in my hood. I'm like, oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did they hospitalize you so far from home? I'm like, I don't know. Where am I? You're in the south. I'm like, God damn, so far from home.
Yo.
And she whispered to me, like, did you see the things they wrote about you in that file?
Yo.
I'm like, what did they write? Yo, they say you're crazy, you're out of your mind, you're violent, you got voices in your head, you do all this. I was like, what? And then she advised me, she said, dude, whatever you do while you're here, show the people that you're sane, that you're okay, that you're functional, because I know you're okay. You live in my hood.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then the day came, they told me, yeah, dude, you can go home now. Everything is fine. I was like, for real? Yeah, just go downstairs and sign a few documents, and then you'll be on your way out. I had never been so happy up there.
That's crazy, bro.
The way out was the entrance to the actual loony bin.
Sure.
I get into this dark place. There's broken windows. There's like bad graffiti on the walls. Like it was written by some children. It's black. There's no lighting there. It's windy. It's cold. There's people hollering, making a noise, screaming. A lot of conversations about some dumb ass stuff. That's when I realized I'm at the loony bin.
Sheesh, man. You thought they were like letting you leave, but it was the entrance to the loony bin.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah. I realized then and there, this is a loony bin. There's guys with big stomachs and stiff necks.
Now you're just reciting the lyrics.
Just fucking a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And they're getting these pills, you know. They're getting rationed with these cigarettes. They're all just convinced they are not crazy.
Yeah.
And they're telling me how they're not crazy. Some are trying to be violent and all that, but, you know, dude, I'm so over it. And at this point, I was at a place in my life where I wasn't scared anymore, you know. So I was ready to take on whoever wanted to mess with me anyways, you know. Yeah, I just slept in my bed the whole time. People taking dumps in the open. Some people are tied to their beds. Some guys are fighting. Some people are getting beaten by the security.
Yeah.
The noise never stops. It's really hard to sleep. And the wind keeps blowing into the establishment. It was a really bad time.
And how long were you there for?
Like 10 days.
Okay, so this is the first time, right?
Yeah, so when I come out, they give me these pills. I'm like, all right, you must take these pills. The stuff that you're messing with, stuff you're smoking is taking away your sleep. So the less you sleep, the more mentally unstable you're going to become.
Yeah.
You need to sleep. You need to go to rehab. You need to take care of yourself. Cool. I'm so pissed at everyone at home. I move out, find my own place where nobody knows where I live.
Oh, this was in Rockville, right? This is when you moved to Rockville.
People know that it's Rockville now, but nobody knew. I think only one friend knew where I was staying.
Yeah, I remember you'd come to others in once in a blue moon. I'd be like, yo, Thula. And you'd come with hella beers.
I didn't like anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't trust anyone anymore. I didn't. Everything about everyone just pissed me off now, dude, you know? So, came home, found that all my musical equipment was broken, my skateboard was taken, everything was gone, you know?
Yeah.
So, what I did was, I bought myself this guitar that we use on 21 Children now.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the cheapest I could find. It was like 1.5, dude.
Yeah.
It was so cheap. Extremely clear. And then I bought myself my man in a small amp that we used for a while.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And then I told myself I'm going to go back to the road of rock and roll. Because now I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a rock and roller.
This is like pre-Afronaut, right? Or had you already done Afronaut at that point?
This is after Afronaut. This is after the Looney Bin.
Oh, this is after Afronaut.
Nobody knows where I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm going to do this rock and roll shit. That's when I start writing all these lyrics for 21. But I'm not even sure what those lyrics are for, but I know that every morning I go buy my narcotics, I go buy my beer, smoke my weed, then I go to the skate park. Come back, write some lyrics. Come back, write some lyrics. Every day, dude. And I play a bit of guitar. I hadn't heard the sound of a distorting guitar for such a long time. So it was good to hear that noise, you know?
I'm sure, yeah.
My landlady hated me because I didn't have a job, but I always had money. And all I did was sleep while and play guitar. And my laundry was always black on her washing line.
Yeah.
So she hated me for the dumb stuff.
She's just a hater, bro.
Yo, she was, yo. Anytime you just raise her voice or just turn up some sugar, like the darkest, most heaviest metal, turn up the volume. After I turn the volume down, then I turn up the guitar and play it hard. Yo, I hated my landlady, bro. She hates me too. I think I still have some videos of me arguing with her.
You must send them to me, bro. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. You should send them to me.
Yeah, so after a while, the madness started to catch up with me again.
Yeah.
Anytime I was just becoming realer and realer and realer. I was afraid for my life. I was afraid. I thought I was going to die. My identity had been taken. Like a whole bunch of stuff that you'd hardly believe, you know? It was really, really, really bad. Half the time I was just scared for my life.
Hey, Sean, that's not the way to live.
I felt okay. I don't even remember, but it was just bad. It was just really bad. I was afraid of everything. Of everything. And yeah, it doesn't really bad. So one time I just take this long skate. I didn't even know where I was going, you know. And 2 hours later, I ended up at my mother's grave. And then I cried my ass off. I just cried for the longest time, dude. I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And then I just talked to her and just told her, yo, I'm drowning, bro. This life shit is whooping my ass. You know?
Mm.
And then a couple of days later, I went back home. Within a week, nobody was happy that I was back. And within a week, I was taken to the loony bin again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when I went there for like 21 days this time.
Yes.
And this time it wasn't a surprise or anything. I knew exactly what was happening. You know? The cops came, the ambulance, the paramedics. I gave them a fight, yo. They were tired by the time they me in that one, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were breathing and sweating. Yo, I fought them. The whole neighborhood was afraid of me from that day.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood. People didn't see me the same anymore. They were like, this guy, who is this guy, you know?
Yeah.
I was this pilot, ex-army guy who is now kicking the shit out of the police and the paramedics.
Yeah.
He's being hospitalized, taken by ambulances. And by the time I came back, everybody was afraid of talking to me.
Was this after you came back from the loony bin for 21 days?
Yeah, from the loony bin the second time.
But you were such a teddy bear, bro. It was so sweet when you came back. I remember that time. But I guess you were always nice to me, you know. I'd never seen that side of you, I suppose. So I guess I had a different view.
People were afraid of me because they had to get so many people to get me out of the house.
Yeah.
And lock me up. Yeah, the fact that they called so many law enforcement people.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I stayed at the bin. And I realized that there's a whole lot of people that are just having mental problems. But I was like, hey, this guy thinks that his life is like this. This other guy tells me he's a king. And they took his castle, you know.
Yeah.
The other person is Ramaphosa's last born. And they don't want him to get his money because illegitimate son of the president.
Hectic.
This other guy tells me he's an American, stuck inside a South African's body. So now all of his rap skills are taken for granted.
Shame,
because
man.
he's a 45-year-old man in South Africa and not a 25-year-old rapper in America.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got all these people with their stories and their beliefs. You know, you've got this other kid who just wears a lot of like African stuff on his body, like a lot of adornments, like to say that protect him from the other realm. There's some people that are persistent about not leaving whatever substance they're using, which is against their brain, you know. But yeah, when I was inside, one thing I learned was that what they told me, at least, was that violence doesn't solve anything. And altercations where you have to raise your voice and shout at people, that's going to be your only way back into the loony bin.
Yeah.
Because they saw that I was pretty normal, but the only reason why they were able to take me in was of how they found me.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be solving your arguments by raising your voice or beating up people, no matter how right you are,
you're still going to be wrong. Yeah.
They just see a crazy motherfucker. So they take it to the movie. Yeah, so... Yeah, when I was inside, that's what I learned. Oh, so you don't solve your problems by being loud and obnoxious.
Yeah.
You don't solve your problems by violence. Okay, cool. That's all you have to do, and you don't have to come back here for a longer stay. I was like, okay, cool.
Nice. And what was life like after that? Like, and I remember you were on the medication and stuff. How was that? Do you believe it actually helped you?
Yeah, it pretty much slowed me down. Hey, made me wake up at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I would just be lazy. I couldn't skate anymore.
Yeah, the pills really take it out of a lot of people, man. Even one of Yana's friends, like she's a skater, she's pretty badass. She got the tattoos. She's cool, But then something happened to her, and then she also went to the loony bin, and these pills just got her like she's like a zombie, dude. Like she doesn't smile, and she's just like there's no light in her eyes anymore, dude. It's crazy what those pills can do to people, and how they medicate you to the point where you're just like a vegetable, and your friends can't recognize you anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
I remember. Yeah,
you remember, right? They tell you that if you stop these pills, you're gonna get crazy.
Ish.
And the definite was that if I were to go back to weed, I'll definitely go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't say that about weed enough, bro. Weed really does make you crazy, bro. Yo.
Yeah, I think they have mental problems, bro.
Yeah.
You need to lay off booze and lay off the weed. You can't be like the other kid,
Yeah.
There's been a couple of homies who had the same problem, and they were like, you know what, this one time, let me just buy a bottle. Or this one time, let me just smoke a joint. And the things they do to themselves,
Yeah.
They almost, one homie broke his legs because he dove off a 3-story building, trying to escape because he thought some people were coming for him, whatever. People do the dumbest, craziest stuff. The paranoia it gets crazy because you got these pills that really affect your imagination, and this weed that's just making you paranoid. So it's bad news. Yeah, so basically now, I found myself, I wasn't going for sober, really, hey?
Really, hey?
I just wanted to I was just trying to get some people off my back. So I can go back and smoke and drink and party and be myself.
Yeah.
Because I was dead sure that I was okay, The doctor, before I left, she burst into tears. I was like, this is so unprofessional. She's like, what the hell is this? Telling me about the damage that the drugs have done to my brain and how they're giving me this medication so it repairs my brain cells. Because drugs are eating away at my brain,
Yeah.
And now that I'm sober, there's a lot of things that I can see have changed. I know how to recall things,
Yeah.
I'm not so afraid of paperwork anymore. I don't mind reading a lot of stuff anymore. I don't mind writing a lot of stuff. I don't mind work. I actually like working and waking up and responsibility and doing things, and I can remember people's names. I can remember events.
Yeah.
I know the plans I've made and the things I promised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't get that.
Sobriety is a superpower, man. It really is. Sobriety is a superpower, It keeps you in check with yourself and everything around you and your people. You can't really hurt anyone the way you would on when you're like on a wasted night, compared to if you were sober,
Yeah. And you can't say, I forgot what I did, which was the best part, or is the best part about being sober. You can always remember what you did.
Yeah.
Exactly what, Yeah, so it was this one argument I had with my siblings the one time, and I felt like I was right, but I was told that I was wrong. And by the time that the older family members had found out about what happened at the house, I was the guilty party. And I was the one who was being reprimanded. And the only thing that they believed was that I was wrong and I'm back on drugs.
Mm.
So what I realized is that nobody wanted to hear my side of the story. All they heard was, he's back on drugs. So no matter what had transpired earlier on, whether I did this or that or this, that didn't matter anymore. All that was important was, he's on drugs, so he's fucked up.
But you weren't on drugs.
I wasn't, bro.
Ish.
So after that day,
I
felt really vengeful. So my sobriety is more like a vengeance, bro,
Yes.
To everybody that had taken advantage of me being an alcoholic, me being a drug addict, me being a good friend, me being a fun-loving person that just wants to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I've got this thing where I want to make people happy, where I want to make people feel okay, where I want things to be fun and fine for everyone, If it means being together or let's smoke or whatever, just so the vibes are good.
Yes.
A lot of people that know me very well have taken so much advantage of that. So they know that Thula will always make peace, Thula will always come back and apologize even when he's not wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can always just say he's a drunkard or he's a junkie, and he will think that he's actually guilty, even when he's not.
That's not fair, because you're trying to make people happy, and you're trying your best, and people don't see that, That's the worst thing, I suffer from that as well too, trying to just make people happy all the time and trying to not let people down, but in the end you let yourself down by, stretching yourself too thin, and you suffer, whether it's through whatever it may be, but you always end up suffering. Yeah.
So now I find this sobriety as a vengeance. I'm like, you know what? They said this and it was a lie, and the only reason why everybody's against me is because people are saying I'm on drugs, not because of the evidence that's being provided for the argument. Once I realized that, I was like, fuck it. Now I'm really going to be sober. For real. And I'm staying there. Because I was already sober anyway.
Yes,
Pretend sober. I was going to be sober for a certain time and go back. But after I realized that just you being an alcoholic or you being a person on drugs, it means that your word is of no value. That's when I got pissed off. I'm like, I'm going to get sober for the fuck of it. Just so nobody has nothing to say over me, about me, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
My sobriety was the best revenge ever.
Yeah, things have are up now. You're up, bro. You're so up.
I'm happy to be able to do the things that I love to do. I'm playing rock and roll again. It's a pity I had this injury. I can't skate.
Yeah.
I made a nice skate park last year, but 1.5 or 2 of them, got some footage. I was back on the board, delivering the goods. It was good. I'm writing songs, playing my music, and being a family person, helping out, being a bigger bro, being a responsible person, and I'm back at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's good to actually have my mind back more than anything.
Definitely.
And it's so nice to not have people knock at my door anymore. It's so nice, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure, man.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's so good that the people that actually do knock on my door are the people that I hope would knock at my door anyway.
Yeah.
The people that are responsible enough to call you before they come knock at your door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you so much for this call, Thula. This was really special. I'm so glad that you were willing and able. I'm happy we finally got to do it as well,
I'm really happy. I'm happy about this. Thank you very much for having me.
Of course.
Thank you for playing with me in a band.
Thank you, bro. Hell yeah. All right. Sweet, G. My blood, brother. Yeah. Okay, cool. Have a good night, bro.
I'll wait later, man.
Later.
We're on the spot. We're on the motherfucking spot.